Can you buy a flying car? What are Bucky's cosmic pops? And will Elon Musk fight Mark Zuckerberg? Well, I talk about all that and more on this episode of the Toddcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Toddcast. As always, I'm your host, Todd McManus, and we're just going to go ahead and dive into the news. There was this big story that came out. Not really a story, but kind of like some Twitter beef between these two people, that apparently Elon Musk, and as we all know, is the founder of Tesla and Starlink and all that other stuff that he does. He owned Twitter for a little bit. As apparently one of these men called each other out, and I don't know who did what and who did it first, because I think it was a video of this next man I'm about to mention, who is Mark Zuckerberg, who is the founder and creator of Facebook. He apparently was like working out or something, and Elon commented and was like, hey, I'll fight you or something other. And then now there's these rumors and AI images of Elon Musk fighting Mark Zuckerberg in a boxing match. And if that was to happen, it probably would be one of the biggest fights of all time. Or the biggest fight of all time, because it's literally the owner of Tesla against the owner of Facebook. Like, you know, but they called each other out, and will it happen? I mean, in this day and age, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened, because anything can happen. But if they did do it, I think it was like, if they were to do it, it would be like all for charity. I mean, they're billionaires. It'd literally be called Battle of the Billionaires. And like all of the money that would be put towards the fight, like the tickets and everything, would go towards charity, and them two would just duke it out and see who can win. They can both get fit, and they can both just box it out and everything. And that would be, it would definitely be something if it were to happen. Millions would tune around and watch around the world, and thousands of people would pack whatever arena they're going to be in, whether it's in New York or Las Vegas. I mean, they could pack Madison Square Garden for this kind of stuff. But if it were to actually happen, it's a tough choice to honestly pick between one of those two, between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg seems like he's a wily type, you know, like many people make fun of him being like a lizard person. He's part of the underground lizard people. But I feel like Elon Musk might take it, honestly. You know, I feel like he can, you know, have the power to actually like knock out Mark Zuckerberg. And I feel like if Mark wins, it might be considered like an upset victory, honestly. I feel like it isn't an upset of either one, because neither of them are trained boxers, you know. But I feel like Elon would take it. I think he could take the cake on this one. So my money is on Elon for the Elon versus Zuckerberg fight. So the next thing I want to talk about, which, of course, as you heard when I said Bucky's Cosmic Pops at the beginning, I will get to those soon, but I wanted to mention something about Bucky's real quick, is that the newest, biggest Bucky's gas station has officially opened in Tennessee, of all places, and it is in Sevierville, Tennessee, is the current record holder. Biggest gas station. It has 120 pumps and more than 350 employees in Sevierville, Tennessee, when it opened on June 26th. It is now not only Bucky's biggest gas station, this is currently the world's biggest gas station. The largest gas station in the world is now in Bucky's in Tennessee. And that's pretty big. Apparently, they're going to be opening a bigger Bucky's already in the state of Florida. Apparently in Marion County. Because the current one in Tennessee is the world's largest with 74,000 square feet. The next biggest one in Florida will be about 80,000 feet. So it's going to be 6,000 more square feet. So it'll be a bigger building. I don't know if it'll have the same or more gas pumps, but we do not know. So driving up to a gas station that has 120 gas pumps is frightening and intimidating, honestly, because, I mean, I've been to a couple of Buc-ee's during my time, and, I've been to smaller one in the Houston area. I've been to a big one around there as well. On the outside of Houston, there was a big one I went to. And there was one that we've been to in, I think it was Leeds, Alabama. And, that one was a big one. And if you, get uncomfortable being in big crowds, or you were not, you do not like people. If you don't like getting out into big crowds, and you don't like being cramped, and you don't like, just being in a sea of people, Buc-ee's is not for you. If you are a introvert, you will not go to Buc-ee's. You might go for the gas, but if you're okay with getting stuck in traffic for 20 minutes or less, depending on which Buc-ee's you go to, because Buc-ee's is just it's an enigma of a gas station. It's literally just a huge, massive gas station. And that's basically what it is that it's literally the mall of gas stations. There's one in Dallas that people will talk about as being a huge one. I have not been to that one yet. They will be building one in Ruston, Louisiana, which is not too far from me. And that will be pretty cool to be able to say that I can go literally an hour or less to get to a Buc-ee's. Would I visit weekly? No. I mean, I don't really want to waste the gas just to go out there and get it, because I think their gas is relatively cheaper than most other gas stations. But the thing is that they're going to rope you in. You don't go to Buc-ee's for the gas most of the time. You go to Buc-ee's because you want to go inside and see what they have, to see all 20,000 Buc-ee things that are all Buc-ee's brand, That's what you go for. You go for the experience of going inside of a Buc-ee's. And that's just, it's a whole thing on itself. So, if you've never been to a Buc-ee's, I do recommend it. But be prepared. Be prepared for whichever one you go to and what time of the day you go to, because I don't think they're open 24 hours. I don't know if they are. I can actually look here right quick. Is Buc-ee's 24 hours? Yes, but I don't know. I know they don't serve food during the night, like the barbecue and the sliders and everything. You could probably go inside and get some snacks and all that kind of stuff, and maybe shop around the gift shop. I don't know if they close that around at some time. But, of course, you can get gas any time of the day. You can get gas in the morning, in the middle of the day, at night, at 3 in the morning. It's up to you. Whenever you need gas, you can go to Buc-ee's. And it's probably the best time to go to Buc-ee's is literally when everybody else is asleep. So go to Buc-ee's. If you got a Buc-ee's near you, you should go during the middle of the night and see how that works, and let me know, because I've never been to a Buc-ee's at night, period. I've only been to Buc-ee's during the day, and they've always been packed. Even the smaller ones that I've been to. But Buc-ee's is going to take over the world anyway. I mean, they're expanding literally everywhere. There's the big one in Tennessee I just mentioned. There's going to be a bigger one in Florida. And there's also going to be a pretty big one in Ruston, Louisiana. And so on and so forth. So, interesting to see. And I will definitely have more Buc-ee's products in the future once that other Buc-ee's, I don't even know if they started construction yet, but whenever they finish construction and actually finish the building and it's open to the public, I would definitely have to get more, and I have it only about an hour away, so I can have stuff readily available to review, so that'll be exciting. So, next thing I want to talk about was some news that came out this week. Apparently, there is going to be the first ever flying car that is actually going to work. So, this has been talk for many, many years now. I mean, even before I was born, that there's talks of a car that is going to be able to fly, whether you have to drive really fast and it take off like a plane, or if it can just do a vertical straight up and down takeoff and landing like a helicopter. There's been many talks about how it could happen, how it needs to be built, what can happen. And apparently there has been a flying car that is being produced by a company in Santa Clara, California, that has been officially approved by the FAA, which is the I don't even know. They're the something administration of aviation. They're the ones who are over all of the planes and everything that flies, they're over it. And this car has officially been approved by the FAA. That means when this car is available to purchase, it will be the first ever flying car that can be available to the public. Now, this car is not available to be purchased right now. You can pre-order it, which I am not one for pre-ordering cars, because why? I'm not that desperate to get that type of car. Like, yeah, I like Teslas, but I'm not going to pre-order a Tesla unless I had like a crap ton of money. Literally, like if I'm a lottery winner, or if I made like really good investments to get millions of dollars, then I might pre-order a car that I would consider that I like a lot or really want. But I'm just going to, stick to what I know and get what I want and, not pre-order a car. But, I understand this because this is a flying car, But there's more to it than you think. That this isn't just a regular car that can just take off and fly. It looks a little different. It's an all-black, sleek car looking. It's really nice looking, actually. The top hood and, like, the back, where the trunk door would be, is all, like, not mesh, but it's, like, holes that's all the way through it. So it looks like the entire top half of the car is, like, a grill, because it just has the holes that you go all the way through it to the ground. And apparently this car, when it drives on the road, would only drive up to 25 miles an hour. I'm going to just let that sit for a minute. That's insane. 25 miles an hour for a car. But apparently it can take off vertically, meaning you push a button or something and it's going to take off going straight up into the sky. And then you can fly it. This car is fully electric, and its range before it runs out of power while driving at 25 miles an hour, it can drive up to 200 miles before running out of charge, or when it's flying, it can only fly up to 110 miles before it runs out of charge. And that's pretty low. But look, you gotta at least just marvel at the fact that this is a flying car that will be available to purchase for anybody. But maybe not anybody because of how much it costs. So you can pre-order it right now. But the car in itself, when it releases in 2025, in the next 2 years, is going to cost people $300,000. That's right. This car, a flying car, will be 300,000 big ones. And, like, I kind of understand. I mean, I didn't expect a flying car to be 80 grand. Like, I knew a flying car in this day and age of being a new thing wasn't going to be cheap. Like, I knew it was definitely going to be over $100,000. That's a no-brainer. And $300,000, yeah, that's expensive, but in the grand scheme of cars, that's not even like the most expensive car. There's cars that are millions of dollars. Like, I was looking at this the other day. There's, if you get any car that's made by Bugatti, it's easily $2 million or more for a Bugatti car. And the Bugatti Chiron, I think that's how you pronounce it, is the main Bugatti that most people will recognize whenever they hear the word Bugatti, or whenever they see a car and they're like, oh, that's a Bugatti. It's that type of car. And I think it was worth $2.9 million. That's insane. And that's just a supercar that can go like 300 miles an hour or something. But if I'm owning a car that's literally over $1 million, I'm going to be very scared to drive it, especially on the roads around here, because I don't want to hit a bump and go flying out into a field. Like, if I have a supercar, I'm going to want to go fast. If that thing can pop 100 miles an hour like that, who wouldn't want to do that? And if you aren't that type of person who would want to do that, you wouldn't own a Bugatti in the first place. So unless you were like given it, and that's a very generous gift if you're getting a car that's literally almost $3 million. But the flying car being only worth $300,000 is actually kind of surprising to me, because I would have thought it would have been more. I was probably ready to guess around $500,000 to $600,000. But this car doesn't have like a lot into it, and I don't know what it's exactly made of, because it can't be made of something heavy, because it's got to take off straight up and fly in the air, and then it lands straight down. You don't need like a runway like a plane. It literally goes up and down like a helicopter. I really just want to see it. But it is a 2-seater. It only has 2 seats. The video that they showed was literally just one guy in it, so it could have 1 seat, but it is a 2-seater. I think they do want to make it, up to a 4-seater in the future, but I think they're just going to have to figure out with the weight, and like if they need to set a weight limit at first, or make some more durable products to make the car. That way it doesn't break under, a certain amount of weight shoving four people in it, Because if you had 4 people and each one of them weighed, 200 pounds, that's 800 pounds of people that you're carrying in a flying car. And you need that car to be durable to be able to handle any kind of weight, especially if it only can hold up to 1 to 2 people right now. But that's another thing they got to think of. And I haven't seen what the inside of the car looks like, what the actual inside of where they're sitting down. And like, is it just a steering wheel? Is there like a radio? Like, can I play music? Can I play Danger Zone while I'm flying through the air? And the way the car turns, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I can't even explain it, because it would not make sense with the way it turns, of like the top part of the car, of the cab, turns and faces the side of the car, and then the car itself like angles itself, so you're kind of like got the top part of the car like on your back almost, and then it flies across the air. And like, there's a lot that goes into it, and safety precautions, and don't forget to wear your seatbelt, because you're about to fly. I don't know, hopefully it goes faster in the air, because it only drives 25 miles an hour on the road. If it goes 25 miles an hour in the sky, no wonder it's going to be losing so much electricity power in the range, because if it can only go 25 miles an hour in the sky, it's going to be using more power to keep you in the air than actually go forward. But their pitch for it was like, oh, you're stuck in traffic because of a wreck or something. All you got to do is push a button and you go straight up and you can fly over the traffic jam. And, I definitely think before, within the next 10 years probably, there will probably be some type of like sky roads, if that makes any sense. Like skyways is what you could call them. And they're not really going to be like roads or real tall roads or bridges like built up in the air. It's going to be like some type of technological thing that you're not going to be able to see with the eye. You're going to need like a monitor or something in your car. Kind of like how planes have certain ways that they have to go. Like, you can't fly over a military base. You can't fly over this. You can't go this way. This way you can't go. That they have to like, when planes take off, most of the time, they don't go in a straight line to where your destination is, because they have to fly around something, or they have to make a curve, or like, there's different airways that they have to go. And that's why I just call it a sky road, because it'd be for a flying car. That they may not want you to just fly over somebody's house, Like, if I could have a flying car and I could take off from my work and head straight to the house, to my home, it would be quicker, because you're not stopping for red lights, because you're in the sky. There are no red lights. You're not having to stop for traffic if you're literally the only one in the sky. You literally just have to watch out for birds and planes or any other like helicopter bug or whatever, or even like drones and stuff like that. And it would literally, like, it takes me like 30 minutes to get home from work, or to get from work to home or wherever, you know. If I was able to take off and fly, I bet, depending on how fast I could go, it would probably take me like, if I could go faster, it'd probably only take me like 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how fast it was. And if I could, like, you know, Bluetooth my phone or listen to a podcast or something, you know, if it has that capability in it too, then I think I'm kind of sold on it. It's just I don't have $300,000 to spend on a flying car, which having one would be nice. I would like to test drive it first, because I don't want to buy it and then it just be a waste. And then, you know, well, there went $300,000 for a car that's barely going to drive. You know, if I want an electric car, and people who know me know this, if I'm going to get an electric car, I'm just going to get a Tesla at this point, because they've been around for a while. You know, there's more and more Tesla chargers popping up every day. Like I said about Buc-ee's, I think all the Buc-ee's are now like accepting to put in electric chargers at their gas stations. There's electric chargers in like hotel parking lots, and I think like Targets, all the Target stores are putting in electric chargers. And then if you have the money, you can put one in your own garage or at your own home to charge your own car. This isn't sponsored by Tesla, but I'm just mentioning that how much I like Teslas and how much I would get a Tesla to be like my first fully electric car. So yeah. So with all that being said, we're going to go into some questions. I've got one question here that actually does pertain to a car, because I read this question earlier. And thank you for this question. If you ever have a question that you would like to ask me on an episode, you can go to the link in the description of this episode. Will take you to my YouTube channel. And in one of the comment sections on one of the videos, comment your question, or comment a food item or drink you would like for me to review on a future episode as well. And I've got one question here, so thank you for this question. The question is, what is an amenity or a feature that you would like in a car that isn't part of a car yet? Okay, that's a good question. So, what feature would I like in a car that is not even part of a car yet? So, like, I'm introducing a brand new feature across the board to a car. I mean, years ago, whenever, like, I first got an iPhone, I'm talking, like, the iPhone 5 era, like, literally, like, 2013, wireless chargers was a thing that I always thought that would be very cool to have. And, you know, they're very much easily a thing nowadays. But 10 years ago, you know, it wasn't as accessible, or it wasn't even really a thing. I thought about that, but that's part of a car now. You can literally get wireless charging in a car, in any car almost. I was thinking like something maybe on the lines of like how the iPhone used to have the thumbprint on the button, and then when they got rid of the button, it changed to Face ID. If there was a way that you could have like that for a car, I think that would be pretty cool. Or like how the Apple Vision Pro, the new Apple headset that's $3,500 is going to scan your eyes. It'll scan your eyes and see how that's how it'll unlock the headset. If we could have like that kind of technology on like a car to unlock the car, like Face ID or something like that. Like, I understand, like, if you did it, like, if you had, like, for example, if you had, like, a Chevy. So, if you had, like, a Camaro or something, and you had the Chevy app, and you scanned your face through that, and then it could unlock your car, that's an idea. Because, you know, you can unlock your car on your phone with many different cars nowadays. I think Tesla especially does that. That's a good question. I mean, I feel like we could do something with unlocking and locking cars, because mainly, you know, it was, of course, you got to unlock it with a key back in the day. And then it changed to keyless entry. And keyless entry, you know, pushing a button to unlock it or lock it has been like the main thing that you would do, the standard of unlocking and locking cars. But then like Tesla and other cars, you know, oh, and there's those like trucks. I always see this on trucks. I don't see it on many other cars, but I see a lot of the bigger trucks that'll have like the number pad on the doors. Like I hardly ever see that, but it happened, and like it didn't stick around where you would push like a 4-digit number and it would unlock your truck. Like I thought that was cool, but it never like caught on. Like not many people do that. And then Tesla has it to where you would get like the key thing and you like put it up against the door or something like that, and it pops the door handle out so you can open it. Like doing like that, that's cool, but like something where it can like scan your hand or your thumb or one of your fingerprints or scanning your face or something to be more technological like that for opening your car. I think that's a feature that I would like to have on a new car. So thank you for that question. So without further ado, I think it is now time for a little review. I've got 3 different flavors of Cosmic Pops from Buc-ee's. I have no idea what these things are. Oh, I think they're Pop Rocks, but I don't entirely know. But I have 3 different flavors here. If you want to see what they are, you can go on the official Toddcast Instagram page and see a picture of them. And I am going to... I have a pair of scissors here just in case now. Let me go ahead and open this. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to like these, so I got the trash can just in case. Okay, so these are Pop Rocks. I thought these were going to be like popcorn. So the first one I have is Cosmic Pops, and it is orange cream flavor. So, very interesting. This apparently contains milk and soy. That's always interesting. So I'm going to grab a couple of these here to put in my mouth. I don't know if I'm supposed to let them pop or something. I'm just chewing on them. Okay, let me put like a bunch of them in my mouth. Oh, you hear it? Oh, it stopped. Okay. I mean, they're pretty good. It's just a snack, honestly. They have chocolate on it? That's really good. I actually like that. It's the little crisp Rices. I heard it pop earlier, but now it's gone, I guess. That's really good. I like that. The orange cream flavor, it's very orangey. It's creamy. It tastes a little like white chocolate, kind of. I can hear it doing little bitty pops in the back of my mouth because I chewed it up. That's really good. That's like really good. I would give that like an 84 because I exceeded my expectations. I was ready for it to not taste good, but I'm definitely finishing that bag after this because that was just good. But the popping, I guess I just need to fill my mouth with them because I don't really know how I can do that, you know. So the next one we have is cotton candy flavor. So, ooh, smells good. Let me get a couple of them here. Okay, let me pop them in. So how do you get them to pop? Oh, that's way too many. I guess they're not going to pop. Alright, I'm going to shoot them in. Okay. Good flavor. Right here. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm about to choke it down with some Diet Coke. So yeah, cotton candy. The flavor, not as good as orange cream, but still pretty good. I did get some good pops, but I had to literally put 2 handfuls in my mouth. So I had to get to that point where I had just a crap ton in my mouth so I could actually pop them, The flavor's still there. I still like it. I would probably just give cotton candy a 78 because the orange cream was way better than that. Cotton candy flavor is good, but it's not the best. But yeah, still good, and hey, it worked. But I didn't want to put that many in my mouth to make it work. So the last flavor we have of Cosmic Pops is lemon lime. So I'm gonna use the scissors. Open it up real good, and they don't get everywhere. Okay, let's get some of these out here. Most of them are green. There's a couple yellows. So let's go ahead and pop these right in my mouth. So you chew them first, and then they're supposed to do it. I'm gonna chew them first. Oh no. Oh, these are not that good. Oh, God. Good Lord. Oh no. Ugh. Yeah. Ugh. That flavor was not good. I need Diet Coke. I was ready and prepared for that to be good. Good Lord, that flavor was not good. I had to spit it out. That's not good. That's a 54 because it was there. I give it to it. It tastes like lemon and it tastes like lime, but it is not the lemon lime you may think. But that was not good. I did not like it. No popping. There's a very little amount in the back of my throat, but it is. I did not like that lemon lime flavor. Good Lord. That was bad. It was too lemony, too limey, and just too strong overall for what I was prepared for and what I wanted. So yeah, overall, I mean, one flavor is really good, as you can tell from my ranking. They're pretty much across the board, depending on what flavor they are. They all do pop, but I guess you chew on them first and then they pop. I didn't know exactly how they work. I mean, I think I tried Pop Rocks once, and I was like young when I did. But yeah, Cosmic Pops from Buc-ee's with these flavors ranked in order of lemon lime at the bottom at 54, cotton candy at 78, and orange cream sitting at a high 84. And I'm definitely going to be eating some more after this. So check out the Toddcast official Instagram page to see the picture of these if you want to check them out. If you're going to Buc-ee's or you have a Buc-ee's near you. And I think that's going to do it for this episode. As always, please rate and subscribe. If you're listening on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded. And follow the Toddcast on Instagram for all your updates and Toddcast needs. Tell your friends and family to give it a listen. And thank all of you once again for listening to this episode. And if you want to know what's going to happen next week, we just got to tune in to find out. Only on the Toddcast.